Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to update you all on where we're at with the garden and just how things have been going, what we've done so far since my last update. So, since my last update, I have to remind myself because I feel like we've been moving multiple pieces or doing multiple things when and where we can, as everyone I'm sure understands and feels when you have two little ones. They're going outside with you and they are helping. And yes, it slows things down, but keeping them involved I know is the best way, and just wanting them to be involved and learn from us and see the work that we're doing. So yes, things take longer, but some fun memories also in the making. So what we've done, we did have our sugar snappies growing inside. We decided to move them outside because they were getting too tall and they needed to start climbing, and we knew it was a risk because I only did 2 days of putting them outside to get used to the cooler weather before planting them in the garden in one of our beds that we just made this year. However, yeah, I knew a few days have passed. I think it's been close to a week now since we did that, and I don't know if those ones are going to survive. So after a few days, when we saw that they were really wilty, we picked up some more sugar snap peas seeds so that we could just plant those directly. And we learned that it is probably best to just direct sow those seeds. I don't know where we heard it from. We were listening to a few videos and maybe we just got confused, but thought we could start those indoors. But I think for us and learning for next time and next year, we love sugar snappies. At least I really love the sugar snappies. Our kids do. So we're probably just going to direct sow those going forward. Live and learn. That's okay. Good progress. At least we're trying and doing things. So, and crazy, when you make mistakes, you remember them that much more instead of listening to somebody else make the same mistake, yada yada. But I'm sharing that with you also. Hopefully you can learn. And at least here we're in zone 6B. So yeah, temperatures are still varying widely. A couple days ago it was almost 70 degrees, and then today we're back into the 30s. So we can do what we can the best way we can with our weather. So the snappies we planted, they died. That's okay. We also did get our strawberry crowns. We ended up just going, we ended up just picking them up from our local Home Depot. We were going to go through a local gardening place, Michigan Gardener. It was a little more expensive, but you know what? We don't need them all to survive. So we just went to the local hardware store. It was a little bit cheaper. We got those planted with compost and soil and got them watered. So hopefully in a couple more weeks here, we'll see those. We'll see how many are going to survive. I'd say going to survive because I'm just trying to keep my expectations low and hopefully be pleasantly surprised with how things go. I'm a little concerned that the compost that we picked up, it was local manure that they said was aged, but that they couldn't confirm with us the exact how many months it's been aged for because it all gets mixed together. It didn't smell. It wasn't mushy. I just am a little concerned that maybe it wasn't aged long enough. So that's a little bit of my concern. But again, we'll see if other things start sprouting out. Because we did the seeds, the direct sow the seeds for the sugar snap peas. We also put in the seeds direct sowing for, I don't know if it was basil. I'm trying to remember. One of the leafy, it might have been spinach. I think we direct sowed the spinach. So we'll see if those pop up. My son and husband did that one. In the packet, there were 240 seeds, and they emptied the packet in like 2 or 3 like lines in our beds. You know, we have small little beds that we added. They're only 2.5 feet. So we may have to do a lot of thinning out, or maybe pleasantly surprised and we can just like pop them out and transplant them otherwhere. I don't know. We'll see. Again, just hey, $2 per packet of seeds is, we'll see where it gets us versus just buying all these pre-started. And we're learning and building and using what we have without spending too much money, because that is the goal. Use what we have, and we don't have the space nor really the time to really start a lot of this stuff inside. So we're doing what we can to direct sow and then really picking and choosing what we're choosing to start inside. Well, that's the other thing. So one of the other things that we started inside were our tomatoes. Our onions are still going. They're actually looking pretty lovely. We have our tomatoes going. We have two varieties of the small ones, like little sweeties. We have one of the larger versions. I'm going to start another of the larger versions. We actually cleared out another long existing bed that's directly into the ground, where I dug out a lot of hostas that I could care less for. We have plenty of them all over our property. So I really dug them out. Compost isn't going yet, so we just moved it into a pile next to the garage for now, and removed as much as possible, then mixed in some of the compost that we have into that bed. So we're trying to figure out exactly what we want to do. It's very long and skinny, like I would say 10 feet long, but then the depth is probably only 2 feet. So long and skinny. We think we're going to use a lot of the space just for flowers, but then we might take a section in the middle where we'll maybe try some tomatoes. It is more shaded than any of the other spots where we're planting. So we will see exactly what our plans are going to fall into. It probably depends on how many tomatoes we have and how many do we want. So yeah, there's a lot of updates, a lot happening here. So bear with me. So we got more seeds started. We got the beds all situated. We tried the circus snap peas. They are not going to make it most likely. So we did do the direct sow of a couple of things. The other big update is in the back. We did also purchase, we actually went directly to Michigan Gardener. We wanted to buy a couple more seed packets, and then we got their asparagus crown heads. So we planted about, and this is, I know one that I have updated you all on, is we've been clearing out that space and digging it in and adding in the compost in preparation for the asparagus that we didn't have grass there. So we, anywhere from like 21 to 30 crowns, I think we purchased. Maybe like 24 crowns is what we purchased. We got two, the Mary Washingtons and the purple asparagus kind. So I think it's Purple Passion, I think is what it's called. So we got those down into like mounds based on the recommendations that I saw. We did soak them for a little bit. Same thing with the strawberries. We soaked them and then put them in. We put them in the mounds, and then we covered them up with some soil compost. And we did just two long rows of the asparagus. And as they grow, the current plant, as they grow, because some will survive, and we will see how many survive. Once some of them start growing, we dug them down. So as they start growing, we add some more compost and soil on top of them for a good 6 more inches. So keeping an eye on them. I know it can take a few weeks for them to really start sprouting, especially our weather will change over the next few weeks. You actually get warmer, we'll get past our frost date. So things are looking really good. I have been very impressed with what we have accomplished so far, and looking forward to see how we continue getting things moving forward. I will say we also, with everything that we're planting, we are using some fertilizer, trifecta from Michigan Gardener. We did some blood mule and acidifier for our 3 blueberry plants and 2 raspberry plants that we have, so that they'll be set to start the season. And then as we were doing the asparagus, we also added the trifecta fertilizer to that. So we've just kind of been adding more here and there to make sure things really have what they need to be able to grow their roots and to be successful in the growing season. I realized this was a big update, and thank you for following along. I will continue to update you all on where things are at. We do have more plans for our beds. It is a slowly but surely. I actually went ahead and scheduled some things out in our calendar so that we, like basil, this upcoming weekend, we're going to work on actually starting our basil inside. So that in 3 to 4 weeks we can get that outside. Onions, we need to transplant them soon. So we'll see how that goes. And then I can't remember, there's something else coming up next. But I put that in the calendar purposely so that my brain didn't need to keep that information, because being a parent, being a working parent, and life and how crazy it gets, writing things down so that it doesn't, my brain doesn't need to hold all that in, is really, really helpful. So adding it to the calendar, then it reminds myself and my husband, so it's not just on me. So thank you. I'll keep you guys updated, and thank you for following along. I hope things are going well for you all. Drop your comments below on what you are getting started, what you're doing in your garden. I would love to hear everything, anything, like any tips, tricks, like what does your setup look like? I will slowly work on taking pictures and videos. It's just in my head, that's a whole nother step when I'm putting these videos together, where I want to be able to sit down and just get these done, to be able to give them out to you guys and give you the information. So I do want to slowly build into adding actual pictures to show you guys what I am trying to describe to you, but one thing at a time. And I'm just grateful for the time that I have to put these together for you all. Until next time, bye.